I'm Dorian from Console Connect. I'm in charge of strategic partnerships with Console Connect and leading the partnership with Microsoft Azure. So here I'd like to speak to you just for a few minutes about what Console Connect is about and give you a little introduction into actually how we help companies transfer data securely, privately, and more efficiently between data centers, cloud regions, and Microsoft Azure. So the goal of Console Connect is to help and improve the way that companies manage their overall network architecture. And we do that by combining two things. On one side, our own global tier 1 network, which I'll be able to go into, and then our own platform of network as a service, which enables the possibility to automate ordering, provisioning, and the way that companies access the cloud. So first of all, I mentioned we're a global tier 1 network operator. What you see here right next to me are actually all the subsea cable networks that we are a part of, that we run and operate, and which means that we are able to provide a global access to private connectivity and backed by strong SLAs. We're connected with cloud providers all over the world. And as you can see here, absolutely with Microsoft Azure, but also with AWS, GCP, and others from any region, meaning that you can build multi-cloud scenarios in just a few clicks. On top of that, we're present in over 1,000 different data centers around the world, meaning that we have actually presence right next to you in almost any location. With those data centers and our cloud regions, we enable network as a service, so meaning software-defined actions to be able to connect into Microsoft Azure. That means point to point, so with the possibility through a platform to order access to our network from a data center, if you're in a hybrid cloud scenario, for example, and then build a layer 2 connection into Azure, or from another cloud, meaning layer 3, using our MPLS private VPN network. You can access Internet on Demand services or IoT to be able to connect any device all the way into Azure using private connectivity, or finally even access internet and internet exchange using directly from our platform. So how does it work? You may know the way that you access the cloud traditionally, meaning that you have your own enterprise sites, your wide area networks, and then it's connected to a data center. And then you will use the public internet to be able to access your cloud services. And in order to secure that access, you will use a VPN. However, you may notice it has an impact on latency. There's no SLAs to be able to guarantee performance. And on top of that, you're still at risk of cyber attacks, and you're continuously reinvesting into that security, complexifying your security with VPN, and it ends up being also a hassle. Using private connectivity, what it enables is private access to the cloud from your enterprise site, from your data center, onto our network, and into Azure, meaning that your data never touches the public internet, and making sure that you have direct, high bandwidth, low latency connections from your enterprise site all the way into the cloud. Same goes if we're looking at a multi-cloud scenario. Private connectivity from your cloud provider all the way into Microsoft Azure. So we're going to look at a few use cases. And here what I'm showing are secure low latency solutions for data transfer. First one, you may have already thought of it, lift and shift. You're working with another cloud provider, or you have data in an on-premise location, and you need to transfer this large amount of data into Microsoft Azure. And you're going to need these high bandwidth, low latency connections just for a small period of time. Thanks to the fact that we run and operate our own tier 1 network, and the fact that we have a network as a service solution, we have the possibility to enable temporary low latency connections from any location into Azure, making that you can spin up a private ExpressRoute from your on-prem or from a cloud provider, turn it up for just a few days, do your migration, and then downgrade that connection or turn it off completely. If you're looking at building a disaster recovery case, whether it's in a hybrid cloud or multi-cloud scenario, well, you now have the possibility to use our network to be able to open up an access from your cloud provider using your service key whether it's, for example, at OVH Cloud, if you're migrating from OVH or connecting OVH to Azure, or if you're connecting AWS or GCP to Azure. Use your service key, access into our network, and then the BGP routing is already in place. Setting it up directly with your second site or multiple Azure sites around the world, and building your disaster recovery in just a few clicks using private connectivity. And if you're in a hybrid case scenario and you want to be able to back up data from your on-prem and into the cloud, well, you're going to be able to do this same way using a software-defined platform and interconnecting all your different locations for low latency and high bandwidth across all the different clouds and backed by SLAs. Finally, you may have an on-premise and you need to interconnect your on-premise to ExpressRoute. How are you going to do that? Well, here we have the possibility to go all the way to your on-prem with a last mile local loop. Deliver the local loop with local partners, connect your on-premise onto our platform and onto our network, and then provide that ExpressRoute. Making that with one provider, you have the possibility to go from the on-prem with that local loop all the way into the cloud, and all of that managed from a single interface. And now finally, multi-cloud data access. You may be running applications that need interconnect multiple different clouds, multiple different applications hosted in different cloud providers. That's a very common case, especially if, for example, you're running real-time analytics and you need to have data synchronization between GCP and Azure. Or you may have certain applications in AWS, but then backend systems running in Azure. Here you have the possibility to interconnect those different cloud providers with low latency links and all using one single network. And finally, egress fees. That may be the single most expensive and impactful bill related to your cloud services. Thanks to private connectivity, you have the possibility to significantly reduce your egress costs with any of the cloud providers, and enabling not only more private, more secure, and better performant connections, but on top of that, to save money in the way that you approach your overall network architecture. So if I summarize everything that I've been mentioning here, it's really that what Console Connect brings with our partnership with Microsoft Azure is one single platform, a global network that enables you to build private, secure, more performant connectivity in order to transfer data from any location into Microsoft Azure, and doing this in a global approach. Thank you very much for listening.